guys, welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball 22 here with the Cincinnati Reds. It is Sunday, May 1st, and we are 12-8 through April. So before we jump into the video, just a couple reminders. I am giving away a free copy of Out of the Park Baseball 22, as well as Franchise Hockey Manager 7. I have a stream version of FHM 7 and a non-Steam version of Out of the Park Baseball 22. If you're interested, all you need to do is follow me on Twitter and retweet. You'll see the post on my Twitter page, as well as follow me here on YouTube. I think most of you who are watching this are probably subbed already, but I will be doing the drawings for those on Friday, the 3rd, so a week from today. Good luck to those of you who are interested. Again, a Steam version of Franchise Hockey Manager 7 and a non-Steam version of Out of the Park Baseball 22. So good luck. At any rate, it is May 1st. We are 12-8. We're going to do some simming here. We're not going to do a whole lot of play and a whole lot of on-screen time. I'd like to get through the end of July. You can see our bullpen has just been, or at least specific people in our bullpen have been absolutely atrocious. Pabon, Ingram, Curtis, and Brady have all been terrible. Takelet, Stewart, Medellin, and Pena have been very, very good. Tony Stewart, 13 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 walks, 27 strikeouts for our stud. Takelet's been really good as the closer as well. Offensively, we are middle of the pack, surprisingly. 8th in runs scored, given what our offense looks like. That's a bit of a surprise. Guzman and Zumaya are doing their things, but they're really the only ones. So hopefully things will change here over the next month. And then I'm going to be putting out a new schedule video here shortly. I am going to be taking the Reds down to 1 day a week to go with the 1 day a week for my Boston Braves playthrough. I'm kind of in the football mood, so I think I'm going to bump up Madden to 2 days a week. So I wanted to give you guys one more 2 videos a week with the Reds. But I think going forward, we're going to be doing 1 day a week. That 1 day a week will probably be a week from today. It'll probably be every Friday. And we'll do Madden on Mondays and Wednesdays or Tuesdays and I don't know, 2 days a week, probably Mondays and Wednesdays or something. I haven't quite figured out the schedule yet. I have to draw it out in front of me, but we're going to be going 2 days a week with Madden and then 1 day a week for Out of the Park Baseball, as I've got 3 different Let's Plays going on right now with the Reds, the Blazers, and my Rockies playthrough on GM Games, and that's a lot of Out of the Park Baseball, which is fine. I like it. It's fun, but I want to do something else, and that something else is going to be Madden 2 days a week. It'll also give me an opportunity to do some more tutorials in Out of the Park Baseball because I won't feel quite as burned out if I'm not doing quite as many videos a week. So we'll start to see those next week as well. I wanted to do one this week, but given that I've been down for the last couple of days with cold bug, I'm trying to cram a bunch of videos here into Friday so that I can get them out as you guys kind of expect. So at any rate, yeah, we've gotten off to an okay start. I'm going to sim through May, and we'll come back June 1st, and we'll just sort of see how it goes. And in fact, you know what? I think I'm just going to sim May and June. We're going to make this a bit of a shorter episode. We're going to sim through May and June, and then we'll do day by day in July like we normally do so that we can do the draft and trade deadline and that sort of thing. So I'm going to sim the next 2 months. If there are any deals made in that time, I'll come back and let you know. Or I'll let you know when we come back in July, I should say. But yeah, next time you see me, it'll be July 1st. So hang tight. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. It is July 1st. I had to get a drink of water there. And we're in a dogfight with the Brewers and the Cardinals. We're 47-28. 2 games up on the Brewers, 4 up on the Cardinals. And we suffered some injuries that are going to be concerning down the road, most noticeably Jim Lucas. We lost him for the year. He was 5-1, had already put up 1.5 WAR in 10 starts. So we lose our young stud. We had to put David Medellin into the rotation, and he has not been good since we made him a starter. Thankfully, Fujimoto's been fantastic. Miller Green, his ERA is about 2.5 runs higher than it was last year. De Leon has been okay as a rookie, and Sal Sanchez, we picked up in a trade last year, has been serviceable. So as it stands, though, Fujimoto is really the only above-average starter we have on the rotation right now. So starting pitching is definitely going to be something that we're going to need to take a look at. Excuse me. Actually, let's just go in here and let's just do it this way. Let's just do it like we normally do it. Stewart just continues to do his thing. I mean, 2.1 WAR in 36 games, 84 strikeouts in 48 innings. He's just, I mean, and his BABIP is high too, so he's been even better. Talked about De Leon, Fujimoto, Sanchez, and Green. Takelet's been fine. 27 strikeouts in 22 innings, only giving up 12 hits. 14 saves. Again, Medellin has not been good as a starter. He was really good as a closer, though. Peña's been fantastic. And again, this was a Rule 5 guy. Or not a Rule 5 guy. This was a guy who was pitching an international ball. Independent ball a couple of years ago. It doesn't show... I guess maybe we signed him before he actually pitched a game in independent ball. But either way, he's been fantastic. We got Greg Greenback, who was another offseason acquisition. Has given up 4 runs in 3 innings so far, so that's not great. But offensively, things look a little different. Zumaya, Guzman, and Wander Franco have absolutely carried us through the first 3 months. We finally got Royce Lewis back, and he's hitting the ball pretty well as well. You can see 9 home runs already. Excuse me, an 858 OPS. But look at Zumaya. He's on pace for 63 home runs and 199 RBIs to go along with a 387 batting average. He's on pace for a casual 13-win season. So, yeah, the 25-year-old just continues to get better. Guzman was hurt for a bit, but came back, and he's hitting 390 as well. So we have 2 batters in our lineup who are hitting close to 390. Wander Franco had a difficult first month with the team, but you look at his May and his June, 288 in May, and then 374 in June with 22 runs knocked in. So he's slipped into that lineup nicely. Royce Lewis came back and, again, has been very good offensively and been very good defensively. So that improves our offense and our defense, obviously. Adame, not that Adame was a slouch. I mean, he's hitting 300. And he was pretty good defensively, too. So, I mean, I guess he was a little below average at short. But Bregman, the average is not where we want it, but he does have a 361 on-base percentage. He's walked as many times as he struck out. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully the average picks up here a little bit over the rest of the season. If his on-base percentage stays, relatively, stays similar comparatively, if he ends up at 250, that on-base percentage will be 390. So we'll see what happens in the second half of the season. Cardinals hit pretty well as in a backup role for us. He's only made 3 starts, but doing really, really well as a pinch hitter. Coliano, the power is there. The average is way down. He's lost about 40 points off of his batting average, about 50 points off his on-base percentage. But he's still on pace for, 1.5 wins and 35 home runs, so I'm not going to complain. The other half of the catching tandem, Jerry Howard, the average is there. So, between the two of them, we have like a perfect catcher. McClenny is doing okay in a backup role. Again, not getting a lot of starts, but 855 OPS. Billman is tapered off compared to what he did last year. Tamar Johnson's been bad. This could be the beginning of the end for him. He only has 1 year left, and it's an opt-out, so we'll see what happens next season. And then Sanders, the power's there. He's on pace for 30 home runs. He's been below average in center field, so he hasn't been great. But we're in first place, and ultimately that's all that matters, right? So let's get to international amateurs. Let's see if there's anybody of interest. Not really. That's pretty awful. That's pretty awful. What does OSA think? They like Espinal? I mean, our scout has him scouted as high, and they think he's just okay. I'm going to pass. I'm not going to make any attempts here. We're going to save the $5 million, and we're just going to pocket it. So let's get to the schedule. We got 3 against the Dodgers, 3 against the Brewers, 3 against the Cubs before the trade deadline. So let's see what happens in Game 1 against LA. And I am recording. We lose 4-3. Game 2. Another loss, 7-6. And the final game. Can we avoid the sweep at the hands of the Dodgers? We do. We win 14-5. Bregman 4 hits. That's nice to see. Franco a couple of hits. Zumaya another home run. Coliano has 2 RBIs. Sanders has 2 RBIs. Royce Lewis with a granny. Lewis has been on fire, man. 11 home runs in just over a month. Sanchez gets the win. Bregman homers twice. Cool. All right, 3 games against the second-place Brewers. Big series here at home. First game is a 5-3 loss. We're now not in first place anymore. Game 2, a 4-2 wins. We're 2-3 this month. Guzman 2 for 2. Fujimoto gets the win. And can we win the series? This is an important series to win. We do. We win 11-3. We win easily. Guzman, 3 more hits, has that average up to 387. Bregman's up to almost 240 now. Franco's at 314. Johnson has a couple of hits. Medellin has his best start of the year by far. It's nice to see. 1 earned run and 6 1/3. 3 on the road against the Cubs. Another win. So Deshaun Knowles. We had Deshaun Knowles up when Guzman was hurt. So that's what that was there. So Stewart picks up the save in this one. Bregman has that average up over 240 now. Coliano looks like he had a 3-run homer. He did. Sanders with his 19th. Bregman hits his 10th. And Sanders, man, I mean, if he hits 40 home runs, I'm not going to complain. You know, I mean, you're not going to get players who are good at everything. I'd like to see his defense be a bit better, but you're not going to scoff at a 40 home run guy. So Green picks up the win. It's probably best start in a while. Game 2 against the Cubs as we look for our 4th straight win. Dubon eligible to come off the DL. That's good. So who gets sent down? Pabon has been really bad. He's not striking anybody out. He refuses to be demoted. All right, well, you know, I mean, you do you, man. We'll put him there. Let's call Dubon up. And we're going to put Medellin back in the bullpen because he was so good there. Middle relief, use more often, and setup. Okay. So that gets Dubon back out there, which is important. Another one of our young starters as we look for 4 wins in a row. We get it, 3-1. So it's 4 in a row and 5 out of 6. Howard has a couple of RBIs. Billman knocks in a run. Sanchez pitches really well. Stewart and Takelet just do what they always do. Game 3 against the Cubs. 7-4 loss, and we look to take 3 out of 4 in this 4-game series. We don't. We split the series with the Cubs. We got the draft. Let's just sim through the day. So we lose 2 in a row. So where are we now? We are half a game up on the Brewers at the first-year player draft. 52-34, tied for the best record in baseball. Miller Green, even with his 5.5 ERA, leads the National League in wins. All right. Top 100 prospects. We don't have anybody. We got to do this. Let's bring Do we want to bring Ledyard back? We've had a bunch of injuries. I think we hold off. I think we're going to hold off on bringing back our trainer. We've had a ton of injuries. Let's get to the draft. We are picking dead last, as we won 106 games last year. So let's see what's available. Let's look at pitchers first. Eric Donovan is the highest rated pitcher. He's not bad. 5 potential above average pitches. Good stuff. Decent movement. Good control. Joe Heel. No, I don't really like him. Mike Graham. Oh, I like him. Right now, he's my number 1 choice. Went to Stanford, went to a good school. Let's see if we have any really, really good offensive players. It doesn't appear off the bat. Chris Kolar's not bad. Jimmy Wilkins isn't bad. If he's available with our next pick, maybe we take him. But I think I'm going to take that pitcher. I think I am going to take Mike Graham. He's pretty well developed already as a 21-year-old. Put up really good numbers at Stanford. Mike Graham, come on down. Next pick for us is in the second round. Who do we have available? So that shortstop I was looking at is gone. Who do they think we should take? Raul Diaz, the left fielder. He's 21. Potential, difference-making power. It's a left fielder with those ratings, but that's fine. OSA thinks he's going to hit for a little bit more contact, a little bit more power, but not be quite as good with... his eye's not going to be quite as good. I mean, based on what's left, I would tend to agree. All right, Raul Diaz it is. Oof, not a good draft. Not a good draft. Let's look at batting potential. Josh Cowart. What do we got here? That's Cowart, Gil Lehman, Chris Watt. I mean, these guys, their contact is trash, but, everything else looks pretty sharp. I mean, I can get them later with where they're rated. They're both rated at half stars, so I'm not all that concerned about that. So let's look at individual pitch potential. Let's see if we have any studs here. Justin Watson. I like him. He's 20. High loyalty and work ethic. Low greed. Northeast Oklahoma A&M. Potentially 3 really good pitches. Sure. At age 20? Absolutely. Now what? Now what? Josh White looks pretty developed. Stony Brook out of New York. No. Let's do it like this. Let's look at all players in case there is a batter who has some good stuff. It doesn't appear there is, but you don't want to take any chances. You always want to double check. Johansson, no. Nate April, no. And not a lot of... I mean, this guy's got 5 pitches, but he's just not very good. He's not very good. Meh. None of these guys are all that good. That kind of sucks. Kind of a garbage draft here, guys. Yeah. Not really enamored with anybody here to be completely up. Well, Eric McPhillips. High loyalty and work ethic, went to Gonzaga. Yeah, Eric Phillips. McPhillips. Let's look at fielding, see if we can find ourselves a catcher. He's the best, but he can't hit. His choices are questionable. Yeah, Alex Morales. He looks to be okay. To Arizona State, so played against good competition. Batting potential. I think both of those guys are probably still there. Oh, they're not. No, they are. They are. There's Gil Lehman right there. And I don't remember who the other one was. Oh, what about this guy? Josh Franzisi. Good bat. I don't know that his glove will ever play, but sure. Good bat. Josh Cowart. I'll take Lehman and make him a batter. Waters, we'll draft him, make him a batter. And then... I think that might be it. Yep, that's going to be it. We'll let the AI do the rest. So we got a couple of good pieces in there, a couple of good arms, I think. It wasn't a deep draft by any means, but, when you're picking last, that's what you're going to get. I did like Mike Graham, though. I do like Mike Graham. He's probably going to start in A-ball. And I think a couple of our later picks, I think Watson and McPhillips are pretty good. Waters wants $1.7 million. All right, well, we will probably just let him walk then, even with those ratings. Yeah, we'll just let him go. All right, well, let's get back to it. We'll get up to the All-Star game, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do, see if we're going to make any deals. We have lost 3 in a row, which is a bit concerning, but we're still in first place. Another loss. 4 straight losses after 4 straight wins. There we go. We break the slump and avoid the sweep at the hands of the Nationals. Guzman 3 hits. Sanders looks like he had a couple of solo home runs. Yep, he's up to 22 home runs on the year. Bullpen pitch as well. Stewart with the win. Takelet with the save. 3 games against St. Louis. Big series here. First game is a 7-4 loss. Game 2. It's a 9-1 win. Pabon is probably not going to go to... Yeah, he refuses to be demoted. All right, man. Well, if that's the way you want it, then that's the way you shall have it. All right. Goodbye, Mr. Pabon. We will pay him the $4.8 million or whatever it is, and kind of it's probably a little harsh or a little I don't know. I made that move pretty quickly, but that's fine. Zumaya 2 hits, Coliano 3 hits, 4 RBIs. Hits his 19th home run of the year. Billman a pinch hit grand slam. De Leon goes 5. Ring gets the win. Okay, well, we win, and that's the important thing. So 2 more games against St. Louis, and then we'll take a look and see what we can do to improve our pitching staff here. We do need another starter. The injuries have done us dirty this year. We're a half game out of first place. Game and a half out of first place as we keep losing. We just keep losing here. So, yeah, I mean, our offense is fine. Our bullpen is good. Our starters ERA, I mean, frankly, our starters ERA is okay. Like, I'm not concerned with being 7th, but, yeah. So first let's look and see who made the All-Star game. And then we'll go in and we'll deal with our signees. It looks like most of our players signed. So who made the All-Star game? Takelet, not a surprise. Stewart, not a surprise. And my guess is Zumaya and Guzman, and that's it. Yep. Oh, and Franco. Franco made it as well. Cool. So 5 players. How long is Sanders out for? Day-to-day for a week. All right. So let's look at the trade block. We need to find ourselves a Ronald Acuna Jr. This is a different Acuna. He's wrecked, right? Yeah. Let's look at starters. Oof. There are some good names on here. Yeah, problem is we don't really have a ton of prospects with which to choose from. I mean, I'll start with Aguilar. Yeah, they want De Leon or Zumaya if I do that, and I'm not prepared to do that. Yeah, we just don't have a lot of high-end talent in the minors. Okay, so that's not going to work. That is not going to work. So we got to set our sights a little bit lower, I think, is what it boils down to. Problem is, these guys are all friggin' hurt. Like, I mean, what am I going to do with these guys? I'm going to trade for someone who's out for 6 months? Yoshinobu Yamamoto, I like him. I mean, again, I'm not giving up a... Yeah, giving up a starting pitcher doesn't make any sense. Yeah, everybody just wants Zumaya or Guzman, and that's not happening. And maybe I can get somewhere with Houston here. He's having a pretty good year, and we need catchers. You always need catching prospects. I don't know. There's just not a whole lot that I can do here. want Angelo Vega? Doesn't really change things enough. So how far down the trade block do I need to go here? How far down do we need to be looking? I mean, I could probably get one of these guys for not much. This guy's in... But, I mean, to what end? I mean, what's the point of picking up someone like this? Nobuyori Takihara. He's not any better than what we have. He's been terrible. Grayson Rodriguez, we're not going to trade with Milwaukee. This guy was claimed on waivers. He's not terrible. We're trading this guy as well. Tyson Heaton, Jared Burke. I mean, I don't really want to trade with Pittsburgh, but... Okay, well, I can't give up any of those players, but at least the demands are coming down a bit, which is at least something. What about, like, these veterans? Can we give you guys, like, are you interested in any of these, like, veterans that we signed to minor league contracts? I mean, I'll give up Aguilar, I suppose, but... Yeah, we just don't have the prospects to get these kinds of deals done right now. Unfortunately. All right, well, let's try this. Unfortunately, Moultrie hasn't developed as quickly as I would have liked. But I got to remember, we're only, 3 years into this? I mean, we're in our 4th season, so, you know, it's going to take some time to build up that prospect, you know, pool. And we've got a couple good ones. Whit McCartney looks to be pretty good. We know what we're getting out of Moultrie. Aguilar was nice in a pickup. But yeah, we don't have the demand, or we don't have the pieces to make a lot of these trades work. But it looks like now we can. All right, so let's... Jerry Alvarez? Sure, you want Jerry Alvarez? You can have Jerry Alvarez. Improve our pitching staff a little bit. Cool. All right, so we make a deal with a division rival, but I think that's going to make us better. Jared Burke, he's fragile, so hopefully he can stay healthy. He only has 1 win this year, but has pitched pretty well. So, who hasn't pitched well? Greg Ring has not pitched well, but he's not going anywhere. Ingram hasn't pitched particularly well. He's pitched better as of late. He was really bad at the beginning of the year. Let's bump his pitch count. Bump both their pitch counts up to 100. I gotta send somebody down. Hayes has not been good. I can't send him down. Can I trade him? He's got 3 years left, but it's only like $1 million a year or something like that, so I'm not too terribly fussed about the money. Yeah, that's fine. We're just going to DFA him. Just going to DFA him. Put Jared Burke on the roster. And who does he start in place of? I think Dubon, because Dubon only has the 34 stamina. And we can make him a use more often middle reliever. Cool. All right, let's see what that does for us here over the last week. ahead a day. So we're a game and a half out. Coming out of the All-Star break, playing 3 games against St. Louis in St. Louis, a team that just beat us 3 out of 4. They beat us again. We win here 5-0. Lewis, couple of hits. Zumaya, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Burke goes 8 1/3 shutout. That's what we like to see. That's a good start. Game 3 against St. Louis. It's an 8-5 win. So we take 2 out of 3 on the road against St. Louis. Which is fantastic. Franco, 3 hits. Guzman, 3 hits, 4 RBIs. Green picks up his 11th. Stewart gets hit pretty hard. Walks 3 batters. That's unlike him. Get a day off, followed by 2 games in Minnesota, or at home against Minnesota. 4-3 loss. You want to trade us a bad reliever for Moultrie. Can get wrecked. And game 2 against the Twins at home is a 7-6 win. Hayes goes down to the minors. So we're tied for first place again. Zumaya, 33 home runs, 109 RBIs in 97 games. Guzman has 2 hits. Bregman, a couple of hits, including a home run. Medellin blows the save. Takelet gets the win. Oops. He refuses to be demoted. Okay. Let's just pay it now. So we have no money left this year, and we don't really have any money next year either. So hopefully we can win it all this year, and it won't be a concern. Game 1 at home against the Tigers. 6-3 loss. Who do they still have? Cam Collier, Ryan Spikes, Marcelo Myers still there. He's 30 years old. Is he in the final year of that ridiculous contract? He still has 3 years left on that contract. Oops. Oops. Game 2 against the Tigers. We're a half game out of first place. 3-2 win. Still a half game out of first place. Burke goes 5. Bullpen does their job. And the final game of the month. And the final game of this episode is something. We will see what it is. Is a 3-0 win. Long delay, but a 3-0 win nonetheless. Johnson has a hit and an RBI. Green pitches well. Has that ERA down to about 5. All right, so we are going to enter August. A half game up on the Brewers. 3 games up on the Cardinals. This is going to be a dogfight. Going to be a dogfight down the stretch. Our offense is carrying us as expected. Zumaya, Guzman, Franco have just been unreal in the 2-3-4. Bregman, if you get that average up a little bit, man, would be all set. We're going to call Moultrie up. He seems to be taking a double A or high A ball pretty well this year. Yeah, I mean, our 2-3-4 hitters are just animals. We've had some down years from some players. Tamar Johnson hasn't hit particularly well this year. Coliano's hitting for power. That's about it. Like I said, this is probably the beginning of the end for Tamar Johnson. Royce Lewis bounced back nicely after missing really about a year and a half. Still putting up about an 800 OPS. I think we solidified our rotation a bit with Jared Burke in place of Jim Lucas, who's out for the year. Our top 3 pitchers in our bullpen have been lights out. So it's a good combination, but we have some work to do. So, yeah, next episode when we come back, it'll be September 1st. And we will take it from there. So once again, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support. If you want to win a copy of Out of the Park Baseball 22 or FHM 7, go back to the beginning of the video, and it will tell you what to do. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.